everyone. Welcome to Your Full Crew. We are in Las Vegas at the National Business Aviation Association Business Aviation Conference and Expo. And we're kicking off an incredible stream today, sponsored by End State Solutions. We've got Charlton Evans here. He is the CEO of that amazing company. And then we're going to take you to the floor. So hold on tight, everybody, because we've got Joby, we've got Archer, we've got Electro Aero, we've got the FAA, and so many more. So stay tuned. Charlton, say hi.
Hey, all. Great to see you. Great to be here in sunny Las Vegas at National Business Aviation Association's Business Aviation Show this year. And can't wait to see everybody on the floor. And I'm actually going to be moderating a panel with several of the main players from the advanced air mobility world, as well as some very influential folks within FAA. Paul Fontaine and David Bolter will be joining us. It's going to be a great show, going to be great panels. And if you didn't think that advanced air mobility was part of business aviation, you can think so now, because the FAA actually just today signed the powered lift rule to allow companies to understand how they get there. So very cool. We're going to deep dive into that as the weeks come on. It just got signed, and I'm sure it'll be a hot topic in all the panels.
Absolutely. 800 pages. And Charlton, you've been coming to this event. What I'm seeing, and this is only my second year, is a true kind of lead turn, kind of sea change, if you will, in terms of advanced air mobility. I mean, we've got Joby's aircraft on the floor. We've got the Lilium jet on the floor, content, and it's a buzz. Like, people are excited. What do you think?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of starting friction, obviously, when you bring emerging technology into the fold and try to get it into service. It's really a challenge, and the industry's meeting that challenge. FAA is stepping up now. They're signing rules. They're looking for industry participation to actually take this whole thing for a practical test drive, if you will, and get some companies into service. So super exciting.
Well, super exciting. And thank you so much for sponsoring this stream and enabling everybody else out there to get a kind of a feel and a little bit of a remote touch, if you will, with NBAA-BACE. It's one of those conferences that people in the eVTOL or advanced air mobility world might not think of, when they're looking to go somewhere. But it's real and it's here. And I'm loving it. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, this shows the future of it. Let's get to the floor.
Yeah, let's get to the floor. And so without further ado, we're going to transition now and take you to the floor in the atrium with the Joby aircraft behind us. And we're going to kick this thing off with Archer. So see you there. Hey, everybody. We are here at NBAA-BACE, and I've got with me Melissa McCarthy. She's with Archer Aviation. And so say hi.
Hey, everybody. Excited to be here at a very exciting base this year.
Absolutely. So first of all, tell us a little bit about what Archer is doing.
Sure, Archer.
And you might want to bring the mic up there. Yeah, there you go.
Archer Aviation, we're designing and developing an eVTOL aircraft called Midnight. And with Midnight, we are unlocking the skies and giving you back your time. So it's a very exciting time for us. We have a lot of things going on and lots of focus on the policy and regulations at base this year.
Well, we're going to have the FAA up next, and we're going to talk about that. But fun fact, everybody, if you missed our PBS special on drones and eVTOL, came out last year. It was, by the way, Emmy nominated. Archer was on that, and we saw the Midnight. So really, really cool. It was the demo vehicle, but then we had the Midnight in there as well. So you're here, you're looking around. What are you seeing that's really cool?
Well, it was obviously a really big day for eVTOL and the industry with the drop of the SFAR, and I'm sure FAA will talk more about that, but it's an exciting time for the industry. We've been waiting for a lot of time for it to come out, and excited about the opportunity to move forward with the industry.
Yeah, so the SFAR, it's a special regulation, and we're going to have Kevin Morris on here in a second to talk a little bit about that. So as you're walking around, like, what's exciting you other than the SFAR? Like, what are you seeing? I mean, we got a different plane behind us. We've got lots of other planes that got a hangar out at Henderson, right? With lots of aircraft. So tell us a little bit about what you're excited about at this show.
I mean, the excitement that NBAA is incorporating eVTOL into the show for the past couple years is super exciting. As you can see behind me, an eVTOL aircraft from Joby, and we're super supportive of the industry and moving forward. Lilium also has a plane here, so it's great to have the energy from our industry represented, and appreciate NBA for having us here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. How do people get in touch with you or learn more about Archer?
Sure. So certainly by visiting our website, archer.com, or visiting us on any of our social media links. There's some really awesome clips that we have out that you can see of midnight flying every day out of Salinas, California. So check it out.
All right. Woohoo. Thank you so much. All right. Next up, we've got Kevin Mars from the FAA. Now, you guys might have known him as the drone guy, but he's had a little bit of change in his duty title. So tell us a little bit about that first, Kevin.
Well, thanks, Don, for having me back on. And yes, I was the FAA drone guy. No, the FAA drone guy's not dead. He's just on special assignment, let's call it, for the foreseeable future. So now I'm still with our Office of Communications, and I'm focused more on the advanced air mobility, which I think is the big excitement for today here at NBAA.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't walked the floor yet, honestly, so I don't know if there's any drones out there at all, but there are some really cool aircraft that we're seeing, and really excited about that. But very exciting news from the FAA at this event, the National Business Aviation Association. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it is definitely an exciting day. Now, despite how old I look, I really didn't get to live through the dawn of the jet era, but I'm getting to live through the dawn of a whole new era of aircraft, like the aircraft behind me. And this morning, Administrator Whitaker signed the final rule for powered lift that details how pilots are going to be trained and certificated and how these aircraft will operate. And it's really the final piece of the puzzle to safely integrate these eVTOL, powered lift, or air taxi, whatever you want to call it, into our national airspace system.
And fun fact, everybody, I heard it's over 800 pages, so awesome bedtime reading. Make sure you're picking up your own copy and checking that out. If you're in this space, you need to know about it. Now, is this going to be open for public comment, Kevin?
This is the exciting part. The public comment period is closed,
Whoa.
and it's officially a final rule.
Holy
so
shnikes.
This is not something that's coming. This is something that is absolutely happening, and they're no longer on the horizon, they're here. So the pathway is clear for manufacturers, operators, companies to start operating these aircraft. They see the framework, they know what they need to do, and that dawn of that era, not to steal your name.
I know, you keep using my name, but I love it.
It's truly here.
All right, that's amazing. All right, so what else? All right, we've got the SFAR out there. What else is happening for you at the show? The FAA has a showcase. I know you'll be talking to people. Do you guys have a booth as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a booth for our hazmat booth is out there, which they're promoting the safe cargo, when you should carry, when you shouldn't carry, where you should put the lithium-ion batteries, things you got to know when you're packing for trips. We also have a Meet the Regulator session coming up in about a half an hour here at the event. And tomorrow we have another session focused on pilot mental health. As Administrator Whitaker said, we really should just call it health. That's just not separated out, but we have a nice session tomorrow talking about pilot health.
Okay, that's super important. So thank you so much. I know you've got to run to this other session, Kevin. I really appreciate you being here. How can they learn more? Like, where can they find the SFAR, first of all? And how can they also learn more about all the things you're doing in the FAA for AAM?
Well, a little plug for our website, FAA.gov. You can find it there. And we have a special page dedicated to air taxis that'll talk all about powered lift. You can read the rule for yourself. Like you said, a little bedtime reading.
Yep.
Anyway, it's all there for you, including an FAQ.
Awesome. Well, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Don.
Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Great to see you again. All right, we've got Mark Osman from Electra Aero. Okay, he's very tall, so he's going to adjust here. You guys are doing something special with your aircraft. I got to sit in this morning on a talk. So tell everybody a little bit about the name of your aircraft and what's so special about it.
So my name is Mark Osman. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Electra. We are developing a 9-passenger hybrid electric aircraft, and this aircraft is designed to take off and land in very short spaces. We call it an ultra-short aircraft. Basically, we can take 9 people and take off and land from a 300-foot runway, which is a capability that simply doesn't exist with today's aircraft. We're very much focused on...
I'm going to move the mic up a little bit closer just because I'm watching. There we go.
We're very much focused on the direct aviation market, And that means getting people directly from where they want to, where they're coming from to where they want to go over regional ranges, so 50 to 300 miles. And electrification and hybrid technology and blown lift technology really are...
We're good, yeah.
All right, we're good still. Are the new technologies that allow this to happen. Now, a lot of aircraft that you see in this one behind us are focused on vertical lift, and that's a great capability, but we need just a little more runway, and we can take off and land with double the number of passengers, carry them 10 times the range for less than half the cost. So by getting us a little extra bit of runway, the economics are really phenomenal. And so we think there's a world for vertical lift aircraft, and there's a world for ultra short aircraft as well. But it's a really exciting future, and we're here, we're doing a lot. We think it's important to be here at NBAA just to get the general business community familiar with the future of electric air travel. And we're here every year, and every year more and more people are interested, more and more people see the value in what we and others are doing in this industry. So it's an exciting time. We've been super busy. This morning we had a press conference. We've been at the Leadership Council meetings. Tomorrow, one of our leaders is getting the 40 Under 40 award. So we're really excited to be part of this community here at NBAA.
Awesome. And I had the opportunity to sit in on that press briefing. So stay tuned for an article on Autonomy Global. There we go, right here. I can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, Autonomy Global launching on January 1st in 13 languages. So super fun. I will be in touch with your team. So how can folks learn more about Electra Aero and what's next for you?
Well, we're here in booth 412 up the north side of the exhibit hall. Come by, take a look, talk to us. We'd love to talk to you in more detail and help understand how this new technology and this type of ultra-short aircraft can help your operations. Go to electra.aero, A-E-R-O, on the web, and you can learn more about us there on the website as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having us, Don.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next up we've got Joby. It is their aircraft behind us. Come on in. We've got Ryan, and Ryan has been doing talks and running around all day. So great to have you. So first of all, tell them a little bit about what you do at Joby and a little bit about this aircraft that's behind us.
Sure thing. My name is Ryan Nareau. I'm Joby Aviation's Aviation Policy and Regulatory Affairs Lead. What that means is that we work with the FAA on a number of different lines of business, be it infrastructure, pilot qualification, you name it, we do it here at Joby. We're a very vertically integrated company, so that means that we have a lot of regulatory interactions. But the Joby aircraft here is our one pilot, 4 passenger aircraft, all electric and nearly silent in operation. We're here today at NBAA-BACE to make sure that a number of our industry partners, be it peer companies, FBOs, other folks in this space have an opportunity to see it firsthand. It's the first time we've done it at a US trade show like this. And so it's a lot of folks in industry's first opportunity to sit in the aircraft, to walk around it, to realize it's real, it's coming, and it's closer than you think. Well,
and we're in the atrium if you haven't figured that out, everybody. I mean, it's hustle bustle. First thing I saw when I walked in this morning was the FAA setting up for Administrator Whitaker to sign out that SVAR, and then this plane was this aircraft was behind him, and just super exciting. It's just palpable here. So have you been at the show before?
This is actually my first base. While I've been in the industry for 7 years, for whatever reason, the stars never aligned like I wanted them to. And for me, the opportunity to be here among peers has been just fantastic. To have the moment that you just spoke to where all of us together could be celebrating this really incredible rulemaking. It's another one of those rising tides moments, and we're seeing a lot of those happening more and more frequently as we get closer to operations. So to be able to share that with peer companies like Archer, Beta, Supernal, et cetera, and all of our trades.
Electra Aero.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was just a really special moment. We're going to have a lot more of those in the next year, and for us, that was fantastic.
Yeah, I have to be honest, like when I looked at the agenda, I saw like 2 companies, maybe like 4 talks, and I didn't have high expectations, but holy shnikes, like just the very minute I walked in here, and I've been so busy all day, and I'm super excited. So What's next for you guys, and what are you excited about seeing here besides your own aircraft, obviously, in the atrium?
Great question. So we are going to continue to participate in the industry events today. I actually have 3 speaking engagements here at the show.
I thought I was busy.
I have 1 in about an hour and 2 tomorrow. We're going to be listening in on a number of our peer companies' events as well. I know Lilium's doing a commercialization talk in the next couple minutes.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I'm
missing that. Yeah. Oh well.
Besides that, look, Joby is really focused on execution right now. And that means on our type certification, it means on our pilot qualification programs, it means on infrastructure development, it means on the software that underpins the whole service. And so that's what you're going to be hearing from us, right? Execution, execution, execution.
All right, well, very good. And how can people learn more about what Joby is doing and maybe even reach you?
Joby.aero, jobyaviation.com, same place. You can check us out on our socials as well. We're on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much. Good luck with all your
Thanks
talks.
so much,
I'm going
Don.
to grab my mic back
absolutely.
off your lapel. And I'm going to grab John Damish, and then we're going to have, all right, he's walking behind me. Woo! All right, here we go. All right, and I'm going to lock in, John, the camera again, because it is AI, and I probably was flailing my hands around.
You were.
Okay,
You were.
so
You were moving
this
your hands a
guy, I'll stop moving my hands. This guy has been on the show many times before with Iris Automation initially, and now with you Avionics, leading the charge when it comes to avionics. You're here as part of that emerging technologies subcommittee with NBAA, and you're talking about artificial intelligence, John. So tell us a little bit about, number 1, you Avionics. Number 2, why you're talking about AI here.
Yeah, great. So Avionics, we are a manufacturer of micro swaps, so size, weight, and power avionics. You know, when you look at new aircraft like the Joby aircraft, Archer aircraft, size, weight, and power is everything, right? Because now we have lower power density because of batteries, so range becomes important because you don't have the same power density, so you need to save weight wherever you can.
Right.
So we take an approach that we like to bring avionics to market through the certification path, because ultimately you're going to be carrying people. People need to be carried in certified aircraft. So
Yes.
we look at all aspects of avionics and where we can reduce size, weight, and power. So I don't know, Dawn, do you know like how large a typical like transponder is?
Is
in an
it
aircraft?
like the size of a car battery?
Not quite, but yeah, shoebox-ish, kind of
Okay,
8
all right,
pounds.
I was close.
Right, so this is a transponder. This is a
What?
mode A, C, and S
All right, I'm
transponder, as
doing
well
this.
as ADS-B out.
Ooh, show and tell. There you
Right.
go. All right, there we go. Focus.
So that's a TSO transponder. You can put that in certified aircraft today. As a matter of fact, it is in certified aircraft today. So we are looking at this emerging AAM space as well as the NBAA space, and we're seeing convergence of new types of aircraft with traditional business aviation.
Right. Yeah.
Models.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good, you're still running.
Yeah, we're still going.
Awesome, look at that,
No,
right-
just
right
like
through
the
it.
little screensaver times out. We're all
Yeah.
good.
So that's why we're here. Your other question, AI. So we do use some artificial intelligence, specifically in the field of computer vision, to allow aircraft to detect other aircraft that might be what we call non-cooperative. What does
right.
that mean? That means they're not electronically conspicuous.
Like those crop dusters, right? A
Yeah,
lot of those
so
don't.
Any
yeah.
aircraft that's not carrying a transponder or not carrying ADS-B out, because God bless America, you can fly in parts of America without having to have those things.
Right, right.
But to a drone or to any other autonomous vehicle,
Yeah.
those aircraft are then invisible.
Ah.
So how do we detect them? Well, we use cameras and we use AI to process the video from those cameras
Okay.
to detect, classify, and then geolocate a potential threat that is non-cooperative. So by doing so, we can now enable the drone to see and avoid, which is the 91.113 language.
Yep, yep.
And once you can do that, then the FAA gets more comfortable with integrating airspace between uncrewed aircraft and crewed aircraft. So that's how we apply AI. I was speaking a little bit about it this morning.
And tomorrow.
And
You're
tomorrow, that's
on
right.
two panels.
That's
I
right.
saw
I'm
that.
moderating a
'cause
panel tomorrow on
I
this
missed,
very topic.
Yeah, I
as
missed
well.
today. So you've been around the block. You've been here more than once to this show.
Yep.
What is different this year than in past years?
Yeah, so I would say that when we look at the novel aviation concepts, AAM,
Yeah.
it's much more integrated into the show this year. You know, in years past, it's been present,
Yeah.
but it's kind of been like the looky-loo thing, like, oh, look over there. I just walked by a panel which was aircraft brokers.
Yeah.
These are people that buy and sell aircraft.
Right.
And the question was, would you invest in these aircraft today? And without hesitation, the answer was, yeah, I would.
Yep.
So what you're seeing, and I think a lot of this is triggered by regulatory movement.
Yep.
When the industry sees that the regulator is getting comfortable to put words on paper
Yeah.
and publish rule, well, that's a signal. This is here for real.
Yeah.
And now people are evaluating these things and the integration into their current business aviation operations. That's pretty exciting.
It is very exciting. 800 pages of exciting. Check out the SFAR, everybody. Good times. John, tell them how to learn more about UAvionics or how to reach you.
Super simple. UAvionics with an X, of course, .com. So go to our website. We offer products and solutions for general aviation, from displays to ADS-B to GPS to command and control for UAS. We have some defense products in the Mode 5 IFF that's near and dear to your heart.
Yep.
And then we actually are executing on an FAA contract now for surface awareness on our nation's largest airports. So we deploy a ground-based ADS-B system that gives a tower controller perfect awareness of all moving vehicles on the surface of an airport, and hopefully start to mitigate some of these runway incursions and ground collisions that we've seen over the last couple of years.
Yeah,
So,
we've seen
exciting
some
times.
unfortunate incidents, but fun fact, everybody, Britt Wanick from UAvionics was on the Dawn of Autonomy podcast this year in June. If you missed it, check it out. You guys were our month sponsors in June, so thank you so much for
Thank
that. Appreciate you,
Appreciate the
John.
opportunity.
Have a
See
great
you, Dawn.
rest of your show.
Yep, see you
All right. All right, CAE is up next. So you probably have not heard of these folks. Come on down. And first of all, introduce yourself. There you go. There's your little mic.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Eric Fortin from CAE. I am Director of Incubation.
Director of Incubation. Now, the reason why I'm talking to Eric right now is because I got a press release talking about pilot training that you all are doing. And my question back to your team was, are you going to be training eVTOL pilots using this new simulator that you all have developed? And the answer was, yes, eventually we will. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing and why you're here.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, let me talk a bit about CAE.
Yes, please.
We mostly train pilots, and we have 70 training centers worldwide. So
70s, like 70.
70 training centers.
Whoa, okay.
We train pilots, but we also train maintenance technician, cabin crew, and recently we started training air traffic controllers. So
Wow,
within
okay.
incubation, what we do with my team is we create innovative product that we hope will have significant positive impact for pilot training in the future.
Yes.
So certainly advanced air mobility is something we are looking at. We have training solutions for that, and we are happy to see, we see a Joby aircraft in my
Yes.
bag there. Joby is we have a partnership with Joby, so happy to mention it. And what we showcased this week at NBAA is a very innovative solution that can apply to advanced air mobility also.
Yes.
It's a personal immersive trainer that we did with the Apple Vision Pro. Not a finalized product, but really enough to put it in the hand of the first customers to start collecting feedbacks. So imagine I'm giving you a headset, and it's
Of like a
completely
VR headset?
A VR headset.
Okay,
Fully
gotcha.
portable. So
Wow.
not only you can train with within our classroom, but you can bring it back at your hotel, at your home.
And keep training.
Keep training.
Well, you know, you don't know this about me, but I was in the United States Air Force.
Oh.
And we actually train our pilots now, in some respects, using the AR, VR. And you know what? What do they say? 10,000 hour rule, right? The more you practice, and if you can leave your training center and go to your hotel room and keep practicing,
Exactly.
all the better.
So we would like to empower the learner to learn by itself, practice, gain into confidence. And if, for example, you come at CA and you have a full flight simulator session the day after,
Yeah.
you come more prepared and more confident.
Wow.
So this is completely wireless. And with the new technology that we have with the Apple Vision Pro, you can now read the cockpit and you can read the displays. And it looks simple, but just a few years ago, it was impossible to read the displays and the label on the other controls.
No doubt.
Not only that, one of the questions we ask ourselves, can you interact with the cockpit in 3D that you cannot even touch?
Right.
Right? And now we can do it with natural gestures that pilots are doing in the flight deck. So,
Super exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really horrible at 3D stuff. My son got those, those goggles, and you have to I can't do it. But I'm sure if someone has to fly a plane, they have to be able to do it. So that's amazing that you're doing this. So how can people learn more about what you're doing and reach you?
we are at booth 2601. Please stop by, and the invite is good for you too.
I'm going to see the demo. I'm coming tomorrow. But here's my other question. Like online, if they're not here, they're watching this stream from home,
Very
how can they
simple.
find out more?
CAE.com.
CAE.com. That's simple. All right. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Great to meet you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. All right. Tony Drummond, you all know her. She has been on my show like a million times, maybe more. This is 1,000,001. I'm handing you the mic. All right. So Tony is now with Future Flight Global, and of course with hands in many other pies as well.
Yeah.
Okay, still. But tell us a little bit about Future Flight Global, what you're doing, and why you're here.
Sure. So, as many of you know, I have multiple brands representing Future Flight Global, which is our advanced air mobility brand. And we are here to basically walk the show. We have aircraft like the one behind us on order right now from multiple manufacturers, and we're going to be deploying assets operationally, aircraft all over the world, and sustainable aircraft.
I know the sustainability is so important to you. That is a big theme here, right, at NBAA. And you've been coming here, I think you said in an email, or I saw somewhere, this is your 25th
Yes.
NBAA-BACE?
I started in the industry when it was still 19. You know, there was still a 1-9.
So I think you're in a position to explain to everybody
Yeah.
out there, how has this evolved in the past 25 years, this show?
Dawn, you've heard me talk about the integration between aviation, the marriage between aviation and AAM, and its take in drones, right? So
Yes.
now we're here. If you look behind us, when you walk into this show, here's the Joby model right behind us.
Right.
And people are walking around and they're looking and they're going, you know, what is that? What is that asset?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of interest now. There's people talking about investment, and we're really starting to move into the future of what these are going to look like operationally. We know that the next 12 months are going to be wildly exciting. We're going to see aircraft become certified, and we're moving into a new generation of new revolution, as they say it, of aviation, sustainable aviation.
Yeah, super exciting.
It has
So besides this cool aircraft behind us and, the palpable feel of eVTOL being really immersed into this show,
Yeah.
what are you most excited about this year?
I am over the moon to see the integration of the general aviation industry starting to adopt new technologies. It's so hard to get new technologies adopted by aviators, rightfully so, because safety is our North Star.
Yes.
Once you have processes moving that are safe, you're like really afraid to change them. So I'm seeing the technology come in, I'm understanding how the technology is helping us stay safe, and everybody else is too. So we really are starting to see an integration. We just had a gentleman up here from CAE, which is a general aviation training company that's
Yes.
now moving into the future. So we have lots of companies that are adopting into the future right now. It's wild.
It is wild. So what's
I'm
next
giddy.
for you, Tony? And of course, how can people learn more about Future Flight Global and reach you?
Sure. So I'll be all over the world over the next 12 months. That's a true story. And you can reach me. What's next for Future Flight Global is we're going to be traveling the world, pretty much getting aircraft, gathering aircraft, purchasing aircraft, sustainable aircraft for launch in hopefully 26, 27, 28. So that's what we're doing. You can reach me, Tony, at ffg.aero, or everyone can find me on LinkedIn because I'm loud and proud on LinkedIn.
Yes, you are. But so great to have you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Dawn.
Tony. Yay. All right. There's another Tony coming up now. And speaking of emerging technologies, right here, come on down, Tony Malfa. So he is with Brain Trust AI, also with Prestige Air Group.
Yes.
But representing Brain Trust AI today, and your cool platform called The Captain.
That's right.
All right. So tell everybody, number one, who you are and what you're doing here.
Okay, so my name is Tony Malfa. I am the Director of Operations at a 135 operation here in Las Vegas. And we're here at NBAA today to debut our newest arrival, which is the Captain 2.0. And the Captain...
Oh, 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0.
Because last year you were here with 1.0.
We were here last year
Okay.
with 1.0, and the reception was overwhelming, actually. And 2.0 is pretty impressive. And in case a lot of you don't know, the Captain is an acronym, and it's a bit of a mouthful, but CAPTAIN stands for Comprehensive Aviation Platform, Technical Artificial Intelligent Network. And now what that means basically...
It's an acronym, everybody.
It's an acronym. You know, the FAA and everyone else in aviation loves acronyms.
Yes.
So what that basically means is we are doing a lot of work with legacy aircraft in the AI space, present aircraft in the AI space, and then of course, future aircraft like you see behind me with
Right, yeah.
So basically what it is, it's an AI that's running our entire company. It's been running our entire company for the last 2 years, our 135 certificate, keeping us completely compliant with the drug testing, with maintenance, with flight and duty times.
It makes it sound like there's like some robot out there drug testing people.
Right, no.
Like how does this thing actually work?
So what it actually does is it's based off compliance, right? So
Okay.
imagine sort of this upside down pyramid where the point of the pyramid is based solely in compliance. So
Okay.
anytime someone wants an aircraft to fly or a pilot, let's say your dispatch wants a pilot or an aircraft to do a specific trip,
Yep.
it runs everything against compliant. It makes sure the pilots have enough rest and duty time. It makes sure that the aircraft are not in maintenance. It makes sure that any MEL items have been approved, or if you're running out of MEL time, it takes the aircraft down for maintenance.
MEL is
That is a minimum equipment list.
Okay, there you go, right.
So sorry about that.
No, it's all right. Acronyms.
I know, right? So basically what it's doing is it's keeping us compliant with the FAA, the DOT, the NTSB, and everyone else, allowing us to operate with a really very small crew. So you don't need a lot of people to actually run, say, anywhere from 1 aircraft to 10,000 aircraft. It will literally scale up to just about as many aircraft that you could ever imagine.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
So I mean, obviously forged in fire, because
Yes.
like this is you realized as you were running your own essentially airline, hey, wouldn't it be great to have something in the background
That's right.
checking all of this stuff?
That's
now, just quick question. I'm going off script a little bit here.
Sure.
Can this apply to like a drone airline as well?
Sure.
So not just like, the big aircraft like here, AAM, but also a fleet of drones?
That's right. Yes. So
Okay.
anything that you can track, anything that needs to be monitored,
Yeah.
flight and duty times are still flight and duty times, whether we're flying drones or we're flying, aircraft that require 1 pilot or 2 pilots or no pilots, right?
Yeah.
Somebody has to keep track of all the maintenance. Something has to keep track of all the times and cycles, either on batteries, on motors, on propellers. So it does that automatically, and it will also do predictive maintenance. So if it says, hey, on this particular set of blades, we get 10,000 hours. We have 9,800 hours already. Let's go ahead and take the aircraft down. Let's go and replace the blades.
Yeah.
Let's get it up and running, and so that we don't have a lot of downtime, and
Yeah.
making sure that everything is as smooth as we can make it.
You
in
should
the
talk to
aviation
Elon,
industry.
because I'll tell you what, my Tesla doesn't even have that.
Oh, geez.
No, I'm serious. Like my brake pads are squeaking, and then we looked it up online. It's like, oh, you should have replaced those 2 years
Fantastic.
ago.
Well, listen,
Oops.
if Elon, if you're listening, give us a call.
Elon, give him
We'll
a
go-
call.
That's right.
I mean, there you go. Say
That's
no
it.
more.
That's
All
it.
right, but if someone wants to call you or find you, how can they reach you?
Right. So the easiest way to get a hold of us is through go to www.braintrust-iq.com, and you can email us there. And if you have any questions or you want to know more about an AI to run your 135 company or your 91 operations, we'll be more than happy to give you all the details.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you and
Very good.
everything you're doing.
Thank you.
To keep us safe.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, last but not least. Now, if you've ever been at my Law Tech Connect workshop, you've seen this lady. Her name is Samantha Zelnick, and she's with Prestige Air Group. She's been volunteering for Law Tech Connect for the last several years, checking in all of our registrants, and you basically are kind of the big toe, if you will. Sergeant Holka, right? I'm going back to the day of the movie Stripes, at Prestige Air Group. So, I'm so glad to have you on the show. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Sam.
All right, my name's Samantha Zelnick.
I'm going to make you put that up higher.
I work for a operator out of Henderson, Nevada. We are a light jet operator. We have six Premier 1As. And we just fly locally around within like a 2,000 mile radius, from Henderson to California to Arizona, Washington. Yeah.
So, fun fact, Sam, Tony, their cohort, Monica Cambra, they introduced me to this show. And last year was the first time I ever came here. Crazy difference between last year and this year, honestly. Just what difference 365 days can make. You've been coming here a lot. year after year. Tell me your impressions of the show and what you've seen evolve over time.
Well, really just the technology, you know, with the aircraft that's standing behind us.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of AI here this year, it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yep.
And just a lot of new technology.
VR,
Yes.
training of
Yes.
pilots. We just heard about that.
Yeah. Simulators.
I mean,
and-
Sims, just amazing. And
Yeah.
Sam, let's be real, like, does this event have the best swag ever?
You know, I actually have been so busy that I haven't had a chance to
I
get
was
any
only in
yet.
there for 2 seconds and I was like, oh, you know, I've got the fun. Justine, would you mind? The foam finger? Okay, so like,
There we go.
I'm a nerd, I'm a dork, and
Yeah.
woo! Like, everywhere I go, I'm like picking stuff up. And I've only been on the floor for 2 minutes, so I just can't wait to come home with my big bag full of swag. But for Prestige Air Group, as you guys look at, what are you most excited about?
Well, we're adding some new technology, some actual AI technology
Yeah,
to
like
our
this
operations department.
Captain?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and we're just looking forward to, you know, all the special events that are coming up and just flying people around. And yeah, it's great.
And one thing I'm looking forward to is Law Tech Connect 2025.
Yes.
Mark your calendars now, everybody. Monday, May 19th at AUVSI Expo in Houston, Texas next year. Hopefully having a handful of scholars programs. Reach out to me if you want to learn more, but keep following me and you'll hear more about this. Sam, as we close out, what would you like to say? You are the anchor to the show. You are closing us out today.
You know, anyone that's out here or isn't next year, you know, come out.
There you
enjoy
go.
the show. If you're here this year, you know, obviously pick up all the amazing swag and come see what's new. I mean, there's a lot of technology and a lot of really great new aircraft that are out, and just a lot of people see and a lot of things to see. So
Exactly. Well, thank you, Sam.
you.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right, this one I'm going to hug because she's last, and I'm not handing off the mic to anybody else. Everybody, that is all she wrote. So glad to have you watch this show. And if you're in the AAM space, seriously, think about coming here next year. It's every year about this time. What an amazing exposition, and the educational content is awesome too. That's all she wrote. We are out here. Thank you so much.